We've been waiting for what feels like an eternity to see what kind of gaming goodness the Switch 2 has in store for us. We already know how the Switch 1 was a game changer when it was revealed with Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, but other titles like Skyrim were shown off in the presentation as well. The original Switch reveal proved that Nintendo had big plans to dominate the gaming world, and it's safe to say that they did. So the question on everyone's mind now is, what can we expect from the Switch 2's game lineup? Many of the games that are highly regarded to be some of the best during the Switch's golden era will continue to go on to be considered modern classics for generations to come. And I'm going to give you guys 10 of the best games I believe could make for the next golden era lineup for the Switch 2. Some can be considered wishful thinking, but most on this list I think you would agree with me to some degree. What's up guys, Tactics here with another video for you. Let's not waste any more time and dive right in. Alright, let's go ahead and start with this one and get it out of the way now, where Nintendo showed us from the reveal trailer of the system for a few seconds Mario Kart, with better visuals and even new design for Donkey Kong. Now, many might just think this is some updated version of Mario Kart 8, but honestly, why would Nintendo go to such lengths to show off these new improvements on their best-selling system with their best-selling game? I like to think that this is Nintendo giving credence to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for being their moneymaker by letting us know ahead of time, yes, this is indeed the new Mario Kart that we know fans will buy, so here's a quick sneak preview of the new entry into the series. I mean, it just makes too much sense. Mario Kart has been with us for many years now, and it's high time for a new entry into the series with the highly successful Switch brand. Again, it just makes too much sense. And that's why I put this at number 10, because it just seemed too obvious not to show Mario Kart off after everything Mario Kart has done for the Switch 1. This next one might be another given, being Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Now we've seen this game before, and as time has gone on, my opinion on it has slowly changed. Before, I believe it would come out at the end of the Switch 1's lifespan and it would be backwards compatible. I still kinda believe that, but now I do think there's a good chance that this game will be perfect for the Switch 2 if you consider the mouse functionality of the controls. But we'll just have to wait and see for that. Regardless, I do think it would be a missed opportunity to not show off the mouse feature with this game. It would even be one of the games that they would use to demonstrate how it works during the April Direct showcase. I know a lot of people love this series and would love to see Metroid get more attention in the spotlight from Nintendo. But now that we've got the two most obvious games out of the way, now we can concentrate on the more obscure titles that could potentially turn up in the early lineup of games. At number 8 we have Monolith Soft's new IP. I know we've been waiting for something from Monolith Soft to show us what they've been working on for a while now with this new IP, but now I think is the perfect time for it. I mean, these guys don't really show much of anything until something really big from Nintendo is about to drop on the gaming community. That's why now would be the absolute best time to show us that new IP and just how it will run on the new Switch. After all, we know Monolith Soft likes to make these gigantic worlds with so much attention to detail and world building, much like what they did with Xenoblade Chronicles. And I know they even helped make the world for Breath of the Wild. It's always a treat to see exactly what this talented studio is working on, because it's usually something grandiose or the fact they are working on some sort of other game in the background. I can even see this game being something that can be released in August, since August is usually like that strange month for Nintendo. It's a time when Nintendo likes to throw something new or strange that nobody would expect to be good, much like with Astral Chain. So I can see that would be the perfect date for Monolith Soft's new work in progress. Next is something else for the Mario fans. People have wanted a Mario Odyssey 2 for quite some time now. Even though Mario Wonder was really good, we want a new 3D Mario title, damn it. I can see this being that last little extra bit they show toward the end of the showcase. I honestly don't really have much else to say about a new 3D Mario title. I just think it's been a while and now we need that 3D Mario goodness back in our lives again. Now this next game may be a bit strange to some, but I believe we can expect to see Pokemon Legends ZA. Now I know that Pokemon Presents is not too far off for us and we could see it there for sure, but that doesn't necessarily mean we couldn't see more of it at a later date, confirming it for the Switch 2. Plus, I could also see this game being a holiday release. I mean, it's Pokemon after all. If Mario Kart or maybe even 3D Mario comes out in 2026, then what better way to round out the year than with a brand new single player Pokemon adventure. We already know we're getting a Mario game sometime early into the Switch 2's life, and the other game will most likely be slated for later in the year, or possibly early next year. And I think Pokemon would be a fantastic replacement for Mario in terms of holiday games. Legends ZA will most likely be revealed to us on Pokemon Day though, giving us more details and showing off more of the region, and over the course of the next few months we get new details of Pokemon Megas and other characters significant to the story. But I think I'll save that discussion for a later date. For now, let's just go ahead and move on to the next one. It has been a good minute since we heard anything regarding Fire Emblem, and I think it's about that time again to see what the next big Fire Emblem title will be. I know a lot of people have been harping on about a remake of something like the genealogy of the Holy War, but honestly, and a lot of people might not like what I'm about to say, but I would much rather have them make a brand spanking new Fire Emblem game instead. I get that some people like that game from when they played it, but since this is the Switch 2 we're talking about here, I would like a brand new Fire Emblem game built from the ground up. Besides, if there's a game I think deserves a remake, it's obviously Awakening. It's the game that pretty much saved the series from fading into obscurity. Obviously that's just my biased speaking, but it would be no different from fans who want a remake of Genealogy. So that's mainly the reason why I think they should just make a brand new entry into the series instead. Either way, it's Fire Emblem, and I know I'll try it out and love it regardless of what Nintendo does, but it would be nice to see what Fire Emblem game turns up for the starting lineup of the Switch 2's library. But if you guys are enjoying the video and would like a remake of either of these two games, then hit that like button for your boy, and if you would prefer a brand new entry into the series for Fire Emblem, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. It would certainly make your wish come true. Thanks guys. Alright, now then, back to the video. Okay, so for the next possible game I was thinking of some kind of third-party title. I believe in the Switch 1 presentation they showed Skyrim and how it performed on the Switch, so I think it would be a good idea if Nintendo showed off a third-party game to demonstrate to the other third-party developers how good their games would work with the new hardware, just to bring home the idea that yes, the Switch 2 is indeed much more capable for many titles that other developers might be interested in putting on the system. Now this is just something for me, but I was thinking of some kind of new Dragon Quest game. Hell, maybe even Dragon Quest Builders 3, since that strange little playtest that Nintendo had a couple months ago had something to do with having multiple servers that you can make for people to join your game, much like with Minecraft it seems. It is wishful thinking of course, but man, would I love that. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Next is Splatoon 4 getting a reveal or some kind of confirmation that yes, Splatoon 4 is coming soon. The Squid research team loves to make a spectacle on stage for Splatoon, so I could see them making an appearance to give us a new trailer for the 4th entry into the series, or maybe even some kind of weird little quirky spin-off. Out of many IPs, it felt like to me that Splatoon was the one that blew up the quickest. It really didn't take long for people to fall in love with Splatoon with its charm and fast-paced third-person shooting, and being able to dive into the ink just really made it stand out. They continued that trend in 2 by introducing the dualies and dodge rolling. Plus, the DLC for expanding on the lore, giving us more details about the Octolings, was fantastically done. Finally, you got 3 that focus on improving the problems of 2 and introducing the tricolored matches during the Splatfest. It really makes you wonder what 4 will do to improve on that Splatoon 3 may not have had time to do. It felt like 3 kinda just finished halfway through what it was trying to accomplish, so maybe 4 will come in and pick up the scraps where 3 left off, while adding its own unique twist to it as well. Lastly, maybe they will introduce who the characters will be for the idols or whatever. but I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. At number 2, I decided to go with Kirby. I think Kirby is in a better spot than something like Yoshi, who could get a game, since I don't really have a lot of faith in the Smash Bros series. I mean, like, where do you go from here with that series? I just think that Smash Ultimate was the pinnacle of the series, and there really isn't much else you can do but maybe add some more characters, maybe a new single player mode or whatever. I don't know. I don't play Smash anymore like I used to. Man, like, these old hands just can't keep up with the youngster Joeys out there no more, with their crouch canceling and wave dashing. It's not in me anymore. But I could definitely see a new Planet Robobot from Kirby, or maybe a brand new 3D Kirby game, since I think Forgotten Lands did very well. Makes me wonder though what Daddy Sakurai has been up to lately. Can't wait to find out what that is. Alright, last but certainly not least, we have ARMS 2 at number 1. ARMS was another new IP that was introduced to us because of how the Joy-Cons functioned. So why not bring it back with a second entry with more characters, more stages to fight on, and of course maybe some new extra mechanic added to it. That way fans get to experience ARMS all over again, but with bigger Joy-Cons in hand and probably better controls than the original as well. I mean, once again, it just makes too much sense, right? It just goes to show that Nintendo has so many options to display the hardware capabilities as well as the games that could shape the entire lifespan of the Switch 2. And let's be real here, the Switch 2's launch lineup is looking incredibly strong. We've got a mix of established franchises, new IPs, and innovative gameplay mechanics that are sure to appeal to gamers of all ages. Of course, there are still some skeptics out there who doubt the Switch 2's abilities. They say it can't compete with the likes of the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, but why not? Why can't it? The Switch 2 is designed to be a unique gaming experience, one that focuses on accessibility, portability, and of course innovation. So, what do I think about the Switch 2's game lineup? I think it's going to be pretty incredible. I think we're in for a real treat with games that will push the boundaries of what we thought was possible on a Nintendo console. But what about you guys? Are you hyped for the Switch 2's launch lineup? What are some of the games that you are looking forward to seeing the most? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, there you have it guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, be sure to hit that like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already for more related content like this. We still have a good ways to go before April 2nd, but if any more news comes out, I will definitely be covering it. Check out this video right here if you want to know what Nintendo needs to do to avoid issues with the Switch 2's launch day, if you haven't already. Either way, I appreciate you guys all the same, and with that, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.